over some of the things that we're going to do as far as the league. I want to take 10 of the top plays every week and put them together and make good highlights of them. That's the one thing I want to do because I got a lot of copycatters out there, so I gotta be extra on top of my game so they can't copy me. I want to highlight a team almost every week, and I gotta figure out what team it's gonna be. It has to be one of them has to be the Eagles. Eagles, Ravens, Jets, Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots. Those are the 5 that Eagles, Giants, Ravens, Washington. That's what it is. Ravens, Washington. And I think it's the
Patrick Mahomes.
And then I'll start picking up some teams. And I always want to make sure that I get all the game of the week schedules on a Monday night. We're going to try to keep that Monday night thing going on, and we're going to try to keep that Sunday night thing going on. So we'll know who the game of the week's before it even happens. Is there any rule changes that we want to go over? Well, actually, the rule changes, the ones that we were going to use the rules for, are gone. The only one left that does this particular thing is the Bears. So basically, we have the single back formation. It's a dive. We want to stop people from calling that play and immediately making it a sweep. Is anybody opposed to that rule?
I approve.
That's football. Like if you're on a dive.
No, you gotta.
The excessive use of it.
It's excessive use. Listen, there's a YouTube thing on it. You run a dive and you just dip it out. You don't even go up the middle. You don't even look. It's just automatic dip. And for some reason, the computer just thinks it's still going up the middle.
Like we get it's football. Your hole gets blown up, so you got to bounce it out from time to time. But like if they run that play the max amount of times and they bounce it out every single time and with other dives, then it's excessive use of bouncing it out. That's why the 49ers dude had went 13-3 or whatever his record was. Yeah, he bounced it out every time.
250 yards, bro.
But
he went 13.
So that's why I beat him in the divisional.
Yeah, but he went 13-3, and then when he couldn't really do it in the playoffs, he lost 1-0.
Sure did.
So once you put caps on certain things you can't do that is excessive and abusive, people get suspect. People start losing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to keep this league as real as possible as we can. So, like the Jaguars, who is gone now, I don't know how he did it, but he had 2 guys jerk and blow up. It was seen in the Pittsburgh Steelers game against Mauricio, and Mauricio's a victim of it. It's gone now, so we don't have to worry about that rule. Mauricio, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Mauricio up in here?
Yeah, you could hear in his voice. He's thinking about it right now. It cost him a game, but it's what's good about this league is when something's done while you're playing, we can pull the video up right away. Right away.
I mean, all the cheaters are going to do for our league is make our league better. So
yeah, that's all it does. Look, we haven't heard from Byron in all year.
Hey, respects for Byron. He should get an extra 10-point upgrade for that.
Yeah, he didn't cheat at all.
He should get what's that Samaritan award, comeback player,
we gotta do that.
Like a trade on somebody award. Or something like that.
The Good Samaritan award goes to the Lions, who's now the Titans. So we'll add something for him. One thing we want to really focus on this year to make it go smooth. We know advance is Wednesday and we know it's Sunday. So, within 30 hours, your game should be set up and posted. I don't care if it's the last day. No game could be played at after 8 o'clock. Because we want to stay on pace because we don't have that much time. And everybody that's in this league now goes right into Madden 21. Automatically. So does anybody oppose to you must set your games up within 30 hours of advance, after advance?
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the rules that we had set and everybody agreed to. I just think we need to implement it now and really hold everybody accountable to that. Like we've been laid back ourselves, but I think now we should really start enforcing it.
Like, I feel
Just so
like,
that.
Figure
Oh,
Madden, the new Madden
I feel
is
like
coming out in
all
like
the rules we do
3-4
have are
months.
good rules.
It's already
They're
March.
never enforced.
So if we want to
Like,
get
I
at
give you a
least 2
warning.
seasons going here, you gotta be tough with that. You can't let it slack off. There shouldn't be nobody
have
playing a
rules,
game
you gotta
Wednesday,
enforce them.
8 o'clock. Unless it's like, there's no other choice.
yeah,
agree.
if you have certain circumstances, then hit us up, the commissioners, and we'll work with you. But like, we don't want it to be a every week occurrence, and we want to at least see you. Like, don't start setting it up on the last day of advance. Like, if you trying from the first day and you still can't come to terms with it, then we'll lean and we'll try to work with you. And then if you make it a weekly occurrence, then that's an issue. That's when something will be a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the one team is the Bears. He'll tell you. I mean, I like him and everything. He's a real cool guy, so we'll have to talk to him about it. He'll say, "I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know." And then by the time it's the last day, then he sets it up. So we have to try to tell him to help us out with that because it doesn't help us. It doesn't help me when I have to sit there and make highlights, and I know he's going to give us some good highlights this year because he got a nice deep pass. But
Well, that's the main thing, or that's the main reason why we should have the game set up for within 30 hours. So, like, say for instance, if you want to sneak in an extra game of the week or like an extra highlight, it's already scheduled, and you could work around that. Like, we're not doing nothing on the fly, or we're not doing last minute flimsy stuff. Everything is in there, so everybody could, set their stuff up to either watch it or in your case, get a video for it.
yeah, so we're gonna go off that topic a little bit. Let's talk about this draft here.
We still need
The
advance.
Bengals.
We're an hour behind, just saying.
See, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, whenever we try to do this, somebody does that. You can advance it, but you can actually text
DM,
someone. So you just broke up what we're trying to do because, like, we're recording, and then I was gonna quick clip it. But when someone's talking about something and somebody just randomly talks about another subject that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So I'm gonna start it again. So I want to go back and I want to talk about this NFL draft for the RMNFL. That's going to be hosted today at 5 p.m. We have the Bengals taking the first selection, and we already kind of know who he's going to pick. But what about the Redskins? Does anybody have any feedback on the Redskins?
Well, I got inside information. The Redskins organization was thinking of either somehow going back in the draft, and at the same time, he's looking at his options. He was looking at Chase Young, and he was looking at a few other defensive players. But that team, since they're set at quarterback, he was looking to possibly move back to a team that really needs a quarterback and get a second round pick in return as well, since their team lost their second round pick.
So Mauricio,
Yeah.
who do you think the Lions should pick up?
The Lions, they need to go wide receiver. If I was their coach, I'd be going wide receiver because they do have a young stud, but the rest of their receiving course was very old guys. So I would say that he needs to go for receivers, CD Lamb or Brooks.
Well, I would disagree. If I was the Lions, I would probably go Akuda to match him with Slade, because their defense last year gave up a ton of yards in the passing game. One thing. It also depends on if Chase Young is out the picture, but I would work on that defense. Offense, you could always find somebody in free agency, or you could find somebody in the later draft pick, but I think they need to work on their defense.
what pick is the Lions in the draft? Where they
Third.
selected? The third. Ooh.
Yeah, with them being third, I would think they would take a quarterback. But I want to ask something with the Bills. Bills, uh, are you there? All right, let's talk about the Giants here. You know they're not going to need a quarterback. Who do you think they're going to pick up?
They definitely need a quarterback.
Yeah, Bucks. Not the Bucks. I'm sorry. I have that in my head because he was a Super Bowl championship winner last year. Zach. What about the Dolphins? What do you think they're gonna do?
It could be very interesting. They could go either side. We also had the Tua incident where his family has came out and spoken that they do not want to play for Detroit. So it's possible they still go with Tua, or they can go a different option at quarterback, or even still go defense. If Chase Young's still available, they can go with him.
And since we have the Chargers himself in here, um, what are you looking to do?
Well, we've been keeping a close eye on Justin Herbert all year. So right now at number 6, he's definitely our guy. He had a really solid pro day. He's the second QB in the draft behind Joe Burrow, but you know Joe Burrow's not gonna fall down number 6. So that's our guy right now.
Well, we have a Panthers head coach now. Previously was the Seattle Seahawks. Um, I would ask. I'm trying to think who knows him the most. Julio, you know him
Yes,
the
sir.
most.
Yes, sir.
What are you
I
thinking?
after watching him play with Seattle, I think he's gonna go for a wide receiver because he really likes to key into his big, tall, fast wide receivers. My opinion.
What do you think about that, Zach?
It could be very interesting. What team was that again?
He
He
was
was,
Seattle Seahawks last
yeah.
year. I know that's one of his first. As soon as he first play, he's always going deep all the time.
He always used to throw it up to what's his name? What's the wide receiver they got? The
Tyler
rookie,
Lockett or DK?
DK.
Could be a very interesting move.
Well, as far as me being the Arizona Cardinals owner, I'm looking to fill my shoes with another player to fill the shoes of Patrick Peterson. To be honest with you, Patrick Peterson, or I might go somewhere on defense, and it will not be Chase Young. I'm just throwing that out there. It will not be Chase Young. Okay,
But
so that's the top 8 picks. What were you gonna say, Caleb?
I was gonna say, so how do you feel right now as of Kyler Murray? Is he still your guy? Is he still your starter? You looking to make him still compete for his job, or he's just that's the guy for you?
Well, as you know, right now, the free agency has started, and Tom Brady's out there, Drew Brees, Ryan Tannehill, Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater. I think I'm gonna put a bid in on one of these quarterbacks as my backup, just to come in, just in case. So that's something that I'm looking to do immediately.
We also had in a anonymous tip that Andy Dalton is going to be in free agency too. Pretty soon.
This is very factual. As we speak, he has just been released.
There's some interesting names here in this free agent pool here that we have right now. We are in the state. We just went into free agency, right?
yes, sir.
Next advance is
Next events will be at 2 o'clock
2 o'clock.
Eastern.
So let's just figure out. I know I'm going for a quarterback in free agency.
Well,
Jameson. Jameis Winston's out there too. Wow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that might be a good learning tool for a guy like Kyler Murray to bring in a veteran of those names. They can help him learn stuff that that they went through and they did.
You think anybody's gonna pick up Jameis Winston?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still considered one of the top QBs if you know how to use him. He
Yeah.
still
Well,
has
hold on.
something in the tank.
He
Let's
just
talk
had
to the
that.
man. Let's talk to two. First, I want to talk to Zach because he released him, and then I want to talk to Mauricio. So Zach, what was your purpose for releasing him?
Zach
Um,
didn't release him.
it, it's pretty obvious. The whole reasoning for releasing Andy Dalton, we freed up $17 million in cap space, and that will pretty much pay for Joe Burrow's entire stint of his rookie deal.
And Mauricio, you actually picked him up.
That was a big mistake.
Give me some reasons.
Yo, dude, that guy can't throw to save his life. If you had to put a bet on his life to hit an open target, he'd probably die right there. He's horrible.
What? You want to do sign up player?
Let's talk about the best free agent running back right now. Because you know Matt Breida's out there. Somebody got rid of him.
Statistically, they got Kareem Hunt as the
Yeah.
number one
Kareem Hunt.
running back. Then you got Breida, then you got Lamar Miller. Then you got Jordan Howard. Wow, Jordan Howard. Yeah, we're looking at some of these offers. I just hope all the GMs remember that it's 100 mil per top pay.
Are you saying that no player can? So the new rule is for this season. So we don't have the Mauricio episode.
The Mauricio effect,
Mauricio
aka
and
Brian.
And keep in mind, when it is time to advance at the right time, which is 3 p.m., that's
2.
it. Oh, 2 p.m., my fault. 2 p.m., that's it.
Correct. We will be advancing, and that way we put that number to see how that works. We tried a different system last season, and we saw the debacle that happened. So we're hoping with the 100 mil maximum bid, if several teams bid on him, we'll let the player choose who he wants to go play for. Give it a little spin.
I don't think there's anybody in there that I would want. If anything, I would probably be looking. I'll check out the corners. Because right now we have Charles Harris. He's like one of the top corners right now. He's a little old, 31 years old.
I feel like the best corner out there is Byron Jones.
Oh, he's out there again?
He's out there, 27
Yeah.
years old.
We already got one big bid. So what's good about this, when they get to 100 points, if there's 3 people that's on 100 points, you get the computer will decide on who's gonna go with the player. So that's gonna be kind of interesting to see who ends up with these top players. But Byron Jones will look good in some red, but I don't know if I want to pay him as much as he's asking.
Yeah, I mean, right under him though is Kendall Fuller and the
Yeah.
former Bill Ronald Darby, who's
The Chiefs lost him in free agency. They weren't able to come up with a decent contract for him in his eyes. So he chose to go into free agency.
was the franchise tag ever in your mind at all?
It was until the organization saw what it was for his caliber of a player. It was a little out of their price range. They figured they'll look in the draft and they'll look and see maybe they could get him for something long term or cheaper or someone of his caliber in free agency.
Well, I just got reported Nick Foles is going to try to reach out and get his contract restructured so that they could free up some money. He's kind of I don't know what you want to call that. What would you call that? Flop?
He's definitely injury prone. I say that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, he's definitely injury prone and
There's some dead air here, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
hard to see him last the whole season getting paid that much.
Rizio, what's your input on Nick Foles?
Say that again.
What's your input on Nick Foles?
Oh, they free agents.
You think somebody's gonna
The Jaguars already saw that was a mistake. I think he was built for. I mean, when he won the Super Bowl,
Jeez,
I
he
think
just
everybody
found
got to
out
remember
Leonard
that
Garbage.
that Eagles defense was top notch. So he did have some good plays and was able to control the game somewhat, but he's not a star. I wouldn't consider him a star like that.
Who do you think is going to dominate the league this year?
I think Baltimore has a very high chance.
You think so?
Very strongly.
I think Kansas City has a real good shot.
Y'all can say what you want.
Yeah,
The Cardinals are going to be seen.
Excuse me. They definitely gonna be seen. They're gonna be on Sports Center. They're gonna be on Sports Center, not top 10.
They're gonna be on Come On Man a lot.
No, I think for real. I think because listen, we got a new coach for the 49ers. I think I can deal with him. Seattle, I know what he's gonna be bringing to the table. He's got a lot of trick plays. And the Rams, I don't know. Has he been around? Is he gonna last? That's something.
Well, I guess that depends on his his coaching staff if they allow him to play.
I know, right? He got some coaching staff issues. On the real though, we're gonna have to send his wife some eyelashes.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's the eyelash company that supports us?
Lashes by Yali.
Lashes by Yali.
Yeah, we're gonna have to send her a subscription or something to see if she allows him to play all his games.
Who's that?
The Rams.
The Rams coach, yeah.
Who was he before?
It's the same guy. And in the end he was the same user. He was just having difficulties.
Also, he always been the Rams. Okay.
I see you and the Steelers are already going at it. So what do you think is gonna happen in that showdown?
Dude, I don't even know who that is.
He's the old coach. He got moved over to the Steelers.
Yeah, he used to be the old coach, but he's actually a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He's one of our Canadian users. So that'll be. I don't think that'll have the same hype as the Pittsburgh Browns rivalry from last season, but should be okay.
I mean, like I say, I don't know who he is. He just kept it popping. And I'm just like, huh? Like, who are you? I had no clue who he was.
I hope I get a chance to play you in this season. I hope I do. Because I haven't been faced with, well, coaching-wise, it's been easy to beat you. Coaching-wise, it's been easy, but to play you, I haven't had a chance. So that's gonna be really interesting, knowing how many guys you always send, and I'm gonna have speed to counter that. So
One thing I must say, it's always a chess match playing him, and just anticipating what you think he's gonna do. Because I mean, as he said, he's a blitzer, but at the same time, he had a lot of the top cornerbacks to back his play up. So I just want to see with this new team how if he's still gonna be that
Just woke
dominantly
up at 7
blitzing,
o'clock from frying
because he
mad
doesn't have
burgers.
that cornerback presence back there with the top 2 or 3 DBs in the game.
Um, shit, I'm
Do you know what I
cooking.
want to talk
I'm
about, Jeff? Opponent, who was the Jets.
I guess we doing
So that's
tomorrow,
one
Joe.
less
I'm on
but you
first.
still got.
Yeah, I muted him. Yeah, I muted him. I muted him. You
Alright,
continue.
so let's go back to this. So you have talking to the Bills here. It came out strong at the end. Started out strong, went a little weak, came back strong, but now the Jets is gone. You got everybody except Jets. How do you think you're gonna fare up against the Patriots this year? Yo, you know what I just noticed though? The AFC North, it's gonna go down because you got Zach. You got Zach as the Bengals. Mauricio, who's gonna give you the problem in that division?
Huh?
Who do you think is gonna give you the biggest problem in that division?
Who do you think is Cleveland? What you said?
I say you have Zach in your division. You have the Browns and the Steelers. Who do you think is going to give you the biggest problem in that division?
Hold on. I can't hear nothing you're saying.
I
Say
said
that one more time.
you have the Bengals and you have the Browns and the Steelers. Who's going to give you the most problems in that division?
I think when Cincinnati builds his team, it'll be a good war with us. But I have no idea who the Steelers. I have no idea who's the Browns. So the only person I've seen play is Zach. So I think it'll be between me and him.
All right. Well, that was a little test run, and I can see this won't work like that. So we got to stick to the phone when we do these things. Julio, you can shut that off. I just want this